Hey everyone, how you all doing? I'm going to be playing Tales of Rebirth in the background. It's a PlayStation 2 action RPG, part of the Tales of series. It was never localized and brought to US shores. It was originally Japanese developed, but I'm playing through it. I imported it. It's a very good game. I don't know Japanese, but I'm having a lot of fun playing through the game, and I'm using a walkthrough and managing to get through the game pretty perfectly okay. And what I want to talk about today is going to be about timelessness in games. And what do I mean by timelessness in games? Well, other people may describe it different ways, but what I mean is a video game where the game is a single player game that no matter how many years pass by, I know I can go back to it, play it again, and still have as much fun with it as I remembered having all the previous times I played through it. An example I'm going to use for this type of discussion is Super Mario World. That game is a platformer game, and it's one of the funnest platformers I've ever played, and I've played it through multiple times, probably over 3 times throughout the entirety of my life. Over 3 times I've played through that entire game, and I still have not been bored at all any of those playthroughs. And the thing is, online games, I play online games from time to time. In particular, I play Counter-Strike with a group of people who I know in real life. But I just think that online is not really the best direction for games to completely go in. It's not to say that online games aren't fun. I've played MMOs. I really enjoy MMOs. And I really like MMOs for the most part, other than the end game, which will be a topic that I talk about another day, my disinterest in the end game of MMOs. But the thing about an MMO and online games is the games are only really there as long as the online service is up. Kind of like digital downloads, in that once the servers go down and it's no longer supported, unless a private server is made of the game, it's pretty much gone. And the problem with when it gets to the private servers is that nobody really plays on the private servers, and that if something goes wrong in the game, you have no one to really contact other than the server creators, who probably can't help you out as much as the official developers can, and so forth. And the thing about an online game is you play it for a while and then you either get burnt out on it, or you have a group of people who you regularly play it with, and then one of them gets disinterested, and because you're down one person, like a teammate, usually online games are team games, you're usually down a person, you have to get some random person to play with who you get matched up with in matchmaking, and they don't know how to play the game, and it's irritating dealing with them. Not to say that it's really their fault, it's just, they're a random person. They're not used to the tactics that you and your group of buddies may use. And the thing about Super Mario World is the game is it's the same content I'm getting every time I'm playing the game, and I'm not depending on other people performing reliably or being able to pull their own weight for me to play through the game. The thing about Super Mario World is I can play through it by myself as many times as I want, and everything's on me, and I'm going to have just as much fun with the game as I did the first time, because it's a game that can be enjoyed by yourself completely from start to finish without any problems. And that's the problem with online gaming, is that 10 years from now, nobody will care about Titanfall. Nobody will go back to replay the single player of it, most likely. Nobody will be playing the online of it, because as with our current generation and the way people jump from game to game nowadays, it doesn't matter. Long-term survivability of games and the importance of games being timeless and being such classics of games of such high quality that you can go back and replay them multiple times. Developers don't really care as much about making games like that anymore. And because of that, we're not going to have as many games anymore where, 10 years from now you're going to go, oh yeah, that game was really good. I'm going to replay through it again. I really enjoyed it and I feel like playing it again, and I'm going to go back and play through that and enjoy that story and enjoy the cool gameplay of the game and have a great blast being immersed into that world. That's going to be gone if everything starts to really heavily go towards online. Because online games, it just has no survivability. They're not timeless. They're only there for as long as the servers are up, for as long as you got buddies to play the game with who know how to play the game too. And in general, 5 to 10 years from now, sure, you might have had fun with it then, but that's just the thing that people have to keep in mind, is that online games are not timeless. And you're really going to have to stick to single player games if you want a timeless experience. Something like Xenogears, which is one of my favorite role-playing games of all time, is a game that I can go back to time and time again and play through it, and it's still absolutely amazes me to this day. And guess what? I don't have to wait for another person to get on at a certain time so I can play with them to enjoy the game. I don't have to hope that my internet's working. I don't have to hope that I don't get lag. All I have to do is have the game system, pop the game in, and I'm playing the game and having a blast. And Xenogears is over a 10-year-old game, and I still enjoy it. It's one of my favorites to this day. Anyways, what do you guys think about the timelessness of games? Can online games be timeless, or is it just that the memories we have of playing them are timeless? Can an online game truly be something that is remembered and replayed years and years after its initial release or when the servers go down? Anyways, thank you for watching. If you are interested in talking about this, leave a comment and keep it constructive and be mature. And as always, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Please tell other people about me, and thank you for watching.